Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of the Expanse reaction to Survival Life. My name is Matt. Hello. This is the second to last episode of the Expanse. It has been confirmed to me that this is the final season. This is it. There might be more afterwards, but this is the end of this story for sure, 100%. So, man, that's so weird to think about. So yeah, next week's gonna be final episode, or you're gonna watch it already on Patreon. But that aside, what's up? How are y'all doing today? Let's talk about previous episode. What's been happening? So we're following the Philip storyline. He's kind of trying to be better, but also not. Like, okay, no, he's not trying to be better. He's like fighting with himself almost, you know? He keeps saying the things that he has been told his entire life in anger, but subconsciously or maybe even consciously he keeps fighting with it himself, just being like, I don't know if this is right. But then when somebody confronts about it, he's like, no, we are right. But then when he's alone, he's like, I don't know, actually. So that's going on. Drummer went into the place that had a bunch of supplies where that dude lost his arm, and then she just scattered all the supplies everywhere. I think she did so just so like everyone who needed the supplies would get them, like serious. So and I like that she made a transmission where she called out Marco, and it was awesome because she was like, this is a message to call out Marco and Harris, the coward, you know, and said like, you stole from your people and now I'm giving them their stuff back. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I fucking love that shit. So that happened, which hopefully maybe will make the belt like change their view on the whole situation a little bit more, and maybe the public opinion will shift a little bit more against Marco. Maybe more for Drummer, because it's not the Earth people who did it, it was actually Drummer. So we'll see how that works out. Monica made this video with this like old homeless looking guy with the cat called Lucky Earther, which was really cool. I talked about it at length previous episode. So she made that video that makes Earth seem weak, but it makes everyone seem weak, which is kind of what everyone needs to see, how weak we really are and what life really is about. So that was cool. And then on the Rossi, everyone was just kind of realizing what Holden had done by disarming the missile. Everyone found out except for Bobby, which is yeah. If Bobby found out, she would beat the shit out of Holden to death. But like, Naomi had issues with it, of course she did. Amos had issues with it, but I like that Clarissa didn't. That was awesome. I fucking love that about Clarissa. Clarissa's really legitimately like one of my favorite characters now, and it's fucking wild that that's the path we took. But anyway, also on the X-ray we saw that Clarissa's dad, Joe Pierre, he died. Yeah, anyway, and then she had like issues coping with emotions, and that makes sense. And that was it. I don't know if there's anything else. Oh yeah, the kid at the beginning. She's gonna bring back the other kid to life. That's my prediction. That almost doesn't feel like even like an attempt at a prediction anymore. I'm just like, this is so obvious that it will actually be shocking if it's not the case, and I'm actually kind of hoping that's not the case at this point. We also had this scene, and it was pointed out to me on Patreon, because if you watch it on Patreon, you can like point things out to me ahead of time. But like at the beginning, this guy, X-ray, what was the name? Admiral Duarte. So it was pointed out to me that Duarte here, when he's talking to the kid, like the words that he says actually have like meaning, which makes sense, because even while editing that episode, even while editing previous episode, I was going through it and I was like, he's talking for a long time just to be a random character that doesn't really have a bearing in the story yet. So like, I was thinking this is probably gonna matter. There's no reason for him to have this many lines if this was just some random interaction. So I saw that and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to follow that for later. So just now I just like rewatched it a little bit, and I'm gonna try to remember what he said. But it wasn't anything of note. It was just stuff that might be of note. So that's it. Let's watch next episode now. Yeah. So episode 5, Why We Fight. Oh, let me show. Patreon. check out the Patreon, the link in the description below or the pop-up on screen that should be around here somewhere. You can watch the finale for the entire show already over there. You can also watch full-length reactions for everything. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, we may begin. So, The Expanse, Season 6, Episode 5. Let's go.
Dhamma is our enemy. This is war.
I repeat words that have been nailed into my brain. The thing is that we don't know how the mechanic of resurrection works, of fixing or whatever. You know, Crazy Diamond cannot bring things back to life. There could be like so many weird things that happen going further into this storyline. Oh, there's multiple of them. The council shall decide your fate. How does this work? Is he okay? Blue eyes?
Is that you? Everything looks different.
Can he see like the inside and inner workings of his hand and stuff?
Never saw that before.
I want to see his point of view. We're not going to see the conclusion to that storyline yet. Saving it for the final episode. What side? Maybe that's what they're... Okay, that's what they told Marco. Yeah, we're bringing it over.
Railgun is a Martian design, but it's made out of a metal we've never seen before.
Alien shit.
How the fuck did they attach giant railguns to it?
They mounted the guns on titanium bands laid right along the surface. The assembly holds itself together. And since the station has effectively infinite inertia, it's a perfect emplacement.
To send more people to their death, the least we can do is give them a fucking chance to win. You'll have my decision soon.
Like, I understand their perspective. We know where Marco kind of is. We should go and try and get him before he fucking trenches up behind this, like, impenetrable gun.
We're fucked, and it's my fault.
Fine. Maybe you have gone a bit soft, which might not be so bad in small doses, but now is not the time for self-pity bullshit. It's time to keep your eyes on the enemy and wait for the next time they slip up, because I still think we're the good guys. And I'd rather do a little less soul-searching and a lot more fighting back.
Okay.
To me that a significant number
Ooh.
of ship disappearances
It's
were
her too.
similar to whatever happened to the Bakir.
Ah, okay, cool. Drummer to Sirius, help is on the way. That's awesome.
You do not submit to these procedures, we will not let you do.
Captain Drummer,
Oh! She's interfering.
Secretary General.
we're grateful for your assistance. Your ships are cleared to dock and will be treated as sovereign territory. Your crews are also welcome on the station.
That's awesome.
Fred Johnson spoke well of you.
He spoke well of you too. We didn't agree on everything.
Then your gesture says even more about you and of the true OPA. Inaros is an enemy to us both.
A century of oppression made Marco Inaros inevitable. If not him, that would have been another. Belters here are hungry and I have food. I came for them, not you.
I like that interaction. I like how, like, not simple good it was. You look troubled. You have been looking troubled for the past 5 episodes.
What did you do?
I couldn't stop thinking about my brother.
You broke radio silence.
Just one quick burst.
You could have given away our position. You're lucky that they didn't space you. Huh?
I wasn't thinking about me. I was
Thinking
going
about your
crazy. I just needed to know that Mas was okay. And he was always there for me.
Ah, that looks so weird. I don't like that. Tiny baby arm.
Looks like the gel was too weak. Bad batch maybe. Or some problems with his genetics.
Maybe your inner friends could give us some of the gel.
I will not beg favors from them.
There's no harm in asking.
It wouldn't make a difference at this point. That limb will never be good.
Oh, that looks so weird. I don't like it.
Kamina, I can't believe how long it's been since we've actually spoken to each other. Amazing what you did. Oh, there's so much I want to say. Just let me know when you have a little time and I'll come to you.
I
See you
feel
soon.
so bad for Drummer. I really do. I think she deleted that.
We got
I feel so bad for her.
A botanist. He risked his life and family to send us experimental biotech.
Yeah?
Simply because he believed it could help restore Earth's ability to grow food.
My man, Prax, let's go.
Initial reports suggest he might be right.
My man's gonna save the Earth. Maybe all of the system.
You had some interesting times out there, as usual.
It does. It do be like that.
Never, ever, ever again.
Fair.
When traffic exceeds a certain mass energy threshold, a ship will disappear in transit. It's connected to the artifact we discovered on Illis, and it's happened a number of times.
I think I need to up my dosage.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
I think we need to share it with Inaros.
Oh, James, you're truly one of a kind.
Just hear me out. If we can convince Marco that the danger is real, he might...
What? Lay down his arms and say, you're right, let's solve this together? We're one big happy family after all?
Marco's not gonna do that.
The most naive person I've ever met.
Every time anyone uses a ring, it puts all of us at risk.
I mean, we should make this information public. So.
I once put a belter up on hooks.
First episode.
To suffocate him. I did it because I could. The bird sees me that way. Because that is who I was.
Ah, that's so good. I love that.
It is not who I am now.
I love that. I love that so much. Development. Growth. Change. Amos, what's up? Got you drunk?
Just drinking and fucking.
I mean, we all might die, so.
Till they run out of one or the other. I'm not sure I'm going back.
Ooh.
You serious?
Did the Holden thing affect him that
I
badly?
don't know what the fuck I'm doing out here anymore.
Yeah.
You're fighting a war.
It happened because Holden disarmed the nuke. He saw Naomi's kid on the pillow.
There we go.
I don't know. Usually I get what he's trying to do, but this... Sometimes it feels like he's trying to get us killed. Then a couple times he saved the whole human race. I guess it balances out.
Not a man who does things by degrees.
War is the wrong place for good men.
Oh, that's a good line.
In the end, the only thing that matters is fighting for who's covering your flank. Doesn't matter if they're saints or assholes. They're your people. They watch your back and you watch theirs, or you've got nothing.
That's so good. That's also just what he needed to hear. He's like, all right, I'm going back. I cannot just abandon them. I don't have anyone else. I don't have anything else, so. That's cool.
Brothel first, though.
Yeah, let's go. Take a detour. It's fine. They can wait a couple hours.
You won't come with?
I was gonna say.
Or with you.
Whatever.
I was gonna say, is he gonna turn back and say, wanna come? Ah, I hate looking at it.
I'm going to stay here with Joseph on Ceres. It's okay for you to go.
I wanted us to build something together.
I really do feel bad for Drummer. She's the loneliest character in the entire show. Like when she was looking at the message from Naomi, it's difficult for me to think of something more painful than getting such a like good and heartwarming message from the person you love, but you know you can never have.
Whose side are you on? I only meant Drummer is our enemy, same as the in us, and anyone else who stands against us.
I wonder where he gets it from.
So where is this emotion from Marco? Is he gonna be like, "Atta boy"? Is he gonna try to contact the brother too? Oh, and his brother is probably dead then.
I still have privileged access to the ship systems.
I see how troubled he is right now talking. His brother's dead. Just judging my face
Master's on the
expression.
docks when the water tanks exploded. He's dead.
It's my fault.
Oh, it's the NS fault.
No.
They occupied the station. Their soldiers had
No, I killed him. I was on the crew. They planted the bombs and rigged the docks to blow.
Oh! 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 buddy. And oh, that's such a good development. Oh, I was not expecting that. I put the bombs, I killed them, then Philip is like, wait, shit, we blew up Sirius. I'm telling you right now, Philip might kill Marco. Because Marco's gonna give Phyllis access back. He's gonna be back on the guns and shit. And Philip is gonna know that Marco's actually shit, so maybe he'll turn back on him. I see this happening, maybe.
I will wait my turn.
That's good.
Don't waste your time on this. You have more important things to do.
Oh, I love that. People are like, go. She's like, no, I have my principles, and they're like, girl, go.
I'm sorry to just drop in on you like this. I know you've had your hands full with the relief efforts.
It has kept me quite occupied.
Drama is trying to erase her from her life because it hurts her, but...
I'm eager to meet your family, if you have the time.
They're gone.
Gone.
You mean Oksana and Bertol left after I turned on Marco to save the Rocinante? Serge was executed in reprisal. Joseph and Michio have decided to remain on Ceres so they don't have to keep paying for the choices I made for them.
We have all lost a great deal.
Some more than others.
So your pain is greater than mine?
I was not saying that.
You know it's the last thing I ever would have wanted.
I didn't tell you about it because what good would it have done? You didn't come here to apologize. Then why did you come?
I wanted to see you.
You know me well enough to know that silence meant I didn't want to be seen. So why are you here?
Holden asked me to talk to you on Avasarala's behalf. She wants you and yours to fight at her side against Marco.
You should leave.
Camino, please.
Clear this deck! How do you do it?
Do what?
Work with them. Live with them. Pick their side against your own over and over.
I pick my own side. I despise Marco and everything he's done.
Avasarala and her inners are no better.
That was true once, but it's different now.
I can choose to wait for the bounty to go high enough that someone kills me. Or I can put a collar on my neck and hand the inners the leash. This universe has no place for me.
I wish there were another way.
We have to make one.
Tell me how. Tell me, and we will help.
I don't know how.
Then all we can do now is to stand by the people that we love. What else is there?
Fuck you. You self-righteous shit. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
This episode did a great job of just making me feel like shit for her. And then hit me with that. It's the fact that she said, stand by the people that we love. And that's what got her.
I didn't really believe that you would leave your ship.
Okay.
Would you have come to me? I hope it's the way forward for us both.
The system is filled with the graves of
Monica's
those
recording
who
this.
trusted in us.
And my planet is now covered with the bodies of people who paid the price for that.
Why are you here? Speak plainly.
Marco will get many more Belters killed before this ends. You know that.
So you're here to save us?
I'm here because you can help me win this war. The sooner it's done, the fewer the dead. Of both our people.
This is true.
Will you remember the Belters who bled for your victory?
All I can do is promise that I will. I have given your people many reasons to hate me, but none to think I'm a liar.
Belters, fighting alongside Inners against Belters. I never thought I would live to see that.
Neither did I.
My people will not take orders from you.
I don't expect them to.
Ooh. I like that. That was cool. And that's the end of the episode. That's all you get. That's all you get. Ooh, that was cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, I fucking love that episode. Like, to me, that felt like a drummer episode almost. You know, like not entirely, but a big chunk of it was dedicated to drummer. Or maybe it wasn't just dedicated to her, but it's the thing of like every scene where drummer was in it, I kept thinking about her as a person, which is why when it got to the end and she just started saying fuck you and hugging Naomi, that's what really got me. Because this is something I've been thinking about for 1 or 2 episodes now, is that ever since we saw that X-ray, and I suppose this is why those X-rays are so good, the one ship videos, is that we see the video where she is looking at the Naomi videos and Naomi sends her like a bunch of messages when she's like, happy birthday, Camille. It's like, that's so good because it adds a lot to both characters. It adds to Naomi and it essentially shows you that Naomi is the kind of person that she actually would send a bunch of like cute video messages to the people that she loves. She would be like, hey, I love you. How are you doing? It's like, not everyone does that, but Naomi is so like good and caring that she actually does do that. Even for people that she doesn't talk to often, she continues to do that. And drummer, she has those videos and she has kept a full log of them. She doesn't delete them and she goes and rewatches them over and over. Of course, drummer is in love with her. So that's sad. And I can't imagine how painful. And like that's the thing, it's that like we've seen this since like Abaddon's Gate, you know, like it's been a while that we've seen this going on, but it's like I think this episode more than anything made me realize how alone she is. So the person she loves is Naomi. She can never get Naomi, and in fact Naomi probably doesn't even realize this. Like that's the thing, it's that like I don't think Naomi even knows what drummer feels about her. So Naomi continues to be nice to her and continues to send her all this like cute, lovely messages. To drummer, this is torture. So moving on, she has this scene with Naomi. And Naomi, sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. I just kept thinking about like what happened in the episode. But like, she has this scene with Naomi, and like this was after the scene where Joseph, I finally remember his name, Joseph and Michio, they go to the hospital, and Joseph has to be out of the fight because he doesn't have an arm anymore, and he's trying to take care of it in order to grow like a prosthetic. I think that's something I said. Okay, I also like how like difficult it was for him to like regrow his arm, and they were like, yeah, this arm is not gonna do it. It either because of the gel we got was faulty, or maybe his genetics, but it's just not gonna work out. We're just gonna have to cut it, and this limb is just never gonna be good. So it's like, okay, I like how it's not like just some magical solvent. It's like, no, there's actually like logistics to it, and there's like ways in which it could be bad, and it is bad. And I like that they're like, okay. And I like that they're like, okay, he's out of the fight. He can no longer fight. And I like how he feels so shit about it. He's like, I'm sorry. And then Michio is like, I'm going to stay with him. And Drama is like, no, we can take shift. And Michio is like, no, I'm going to stay with him on Sirius. And Drama is like, you know, Sirius is under the Inner's control, right? And that's interesting to me because I don't see Sirius as being under the Inner's control, but maybe I misunderstood something. Like, yes, the Inners are staying over at Sirius. I suppose in some way they are, but not like forever, you know? Just like momentarily. I suppose it could be just like, this position is beneficial to my enemy, so I have to take control over it. So this is now my station, because otherwise it's going to be his station. So maybe it's one of those things. So I understand that. But like, the thing is that Michio and Joseph are staying behind, and Drummer has to go fight alone. And like, that's something that like really got me. Because like, okay, that's the other thing, is that every scene with Drummer, she never expressed her emotions until the end. But like every time you see her like looking at Joseph or with Michio, she's just doing her thing where she's just like standing there, arms in the back, just being serious and not saying anything. And I was wondering when is she gonna say anything? And then at the end with Joseph and Michio, she actually said like, you know, I didn't love you because you were fighters, I love you because you were builders. And I love that, but at the same time, she didn't really express any emotion. She was just serious the whole time. So, which is an indicative of how much she cares. I mean, it's not that she doesn't care, but they are not Naomi Nagata. That's what I mean. So then the scene with Naomi that comes afterwards, it's so fucking good because like, so Naomi shows up at her ship and Drummer is like, oh shit, she's here. I don't know what to say. So she just walks in and she cannot just say fuck you. Well, she can, but she's not gonna say fuck off, don't come in. So she's like, all right, come in. All right, they talk a little bit and Naomi is kind of nice, but ultimately she's like running around circles. She's not like actually being direct. At which point Drummer catches on to this, which is, it's good because it's like very indicative that they know each other and also that she's very clever. So she's like, all right, just spill it out. Like, say what you want to say. Because if you wanted to come in and just talk to me, because like you know me well enough that if I don't reply to your messages, it means that I want to be alone. The fact that she's here means that she has some kind of ulterior motive. So it's like, okay, what is the ulterior motive? And then Naomi is like, Holden told me to give you a message on behalf of Avasarala because she wants your help to fight Marco. And it's like the entire sequence of things that she just said is like of course, you would make her so fucking upset. The person I love, who I can never be with, who is completely clueless about how I feel about them, just showed up at my door and said that her lover told her to come here and give her and give a message on behalf of the leader of the opposite force that you hate because they've enslaving your entire race of people to come and work together. It's like, what the fuck? Of course Drummer would be fucking upset over what just happened. And I like how she's like, get the fuck out of my ship. And Naomi didn't. She kept pushing on, at which point Drummer was like, all right, everyone clear the deck. And they had like a private conversation. And I fucking love that private conversation so much because like Drummer still sees the Inners as like someone that cannot be trusted, you know? She sees the Inners as like someone that has continuously been fucking us over and I cannot trust them and I kind of hate them. So it's funny because we never really seen Drummer like interact with Inners that much, at least not since like early on in the show. So the fact that now kind of at the end of the show we're seeing her just be so angry and spiteful towards them, it's something that kind of caught me off guard, but it didn't not make sense. It was like, oh, okay, that's how you feel, sorry. It might also be the fact that I just had a year in between I watched season 5 and 6, so yeah. But Drummer feels that way, and she asks Naomi how can she do that, how can she just coexist with them. And Naomi is just like, they're just nice, you know. And Naomi's like I understand that that's how you feel and that's how you feel about them, that's what you think about them, but like that's not the case anymore, you know. Just like I'm happy being with all these people and I don't feel like I'm living in a situation where I should fight for my rights or anything. No, like this is fine. And Drummer is so angry and she doesn't want to like accept that, but like part of why that is not even because of how she feels about the Inners. It's because how she feels about Naomi. So like it's this thing of like she loves Naomi, but she doesn't understand how Naomi can do anything that Drummer doesn't like. So it's this like conflicts of emotions. And the line that like caught me off guard was when Drummer talks about how her entire family is gone. Like that's the other thing that like fucked me up a little bit. It's the fact that Naomi's like, oh, where's your family? I was hoping to meet them. And Drummer is like, they're all gone. And she's like, oh. And she's like, yeah. So 2 of them just left when I decided to fight Marco. One of them was killed by Marco because of my defiance. And the other 2 that stay with me are now on Sirius recovering for the mistakes that I did. So, you know, I'm alone. And like, so what caught me off guard was when Naomi said, we've all lost a great deal. And Drummer said, some of us more than others. And I like that Naomi was confrontational about that. She was like, oh, so your pain is greater than mine. And Drummer was like, no, I didn't say that. But like, it's like, that is what you said. It's almost like, I like that because like, Drummer is bottling up her emotions so bad. The fact that she has these moments where she's like angry and upset and disappointed, and she just says something that is so like aggressive, and then people go like, wait, hold on, and she's like, okay, no, never mind that. Just like Drummer has a bunch of these moments where she just has like a burst of emotion because she keeps building them up, and it's always comes up with like anger, because it's almost like she's angry that she's feeling this way. But like that's something so interesting to me, because like she immediately just backs down because it's Naomi. She doesn't want to be angry at her. So ultimately the conversation goes down to the direction of like, what do we do? Because Drummer is like, okay, so my options are just wait until someone kills me, or just like fight with the people I hate because and just be their pet, and just like, okay, those are shitty options. And Naomi is almost like, but there's nothing else. Like, if you give me another option, something we could do, like we can help you out and maybe we can do something with that. But the reality is that there's nothing else to do other than like this option. Another thing that Drummer said that was sad, it seems like the universe has no place for me, because it's such a moment of like, it's such a bra moment, you know? Because like I was thinking earlier, and I said it, it's like she's like the loneliest character in the show, and when she said that line, I was like, fuck, man, because it really seems that way, you know? It really seems, because like half the universe was are dead, the other half of the universe just kind of want to use them. Her lover is never, like, the person she loves is never gonna love her, and she doesn't even know that. The other people that she had, that she kind of like, I don't want to say this in like a bad way. I don't mean this in a bad way, as a bad thing to her character, but it's like, it's almost like the people she was like leeching off emotionally, you know, her family. They were in a relationship, but let's be honest, they were not the people that she was actually really into, but they were people that mean something to her. But it's almost like she was with them just to try not to think about Naomi in a way. I can see that, and that's not something bad. That's something that makes her character way more interesting to me. So like, there's no one else. There's nothing left. There's no one left. It's like she has this moment of like, the universe itself, it doesn't feel like it wants me. And I had that moment of like, shit, man. Like, it must be so shit to be Drummer at that point, you know? Just like, you have no one. And it's even more torture because Naomi's right there, you know? I feel really bad for Drummer. I really do. Which takes us to the final moment where Naomi says, I don't remember exactly what she said, but it was essentially, the only thing we can do is to fight and stand by the people that we love. And that's what got Drummer. That's the part that got her. She's like, fuck you. I love that reaction, because it was a fuck you, you self-righteous shit, fuck you, start crying, get hugged, and kept saying fuck you. It's like, fuck, dude. That was so good. Because I can really feel, I can really understand Drummer's emotions then. I can feel for her a lot when that happened. The fact that she's like, because so the reason why that got her is because Naomi is like, stand by the people that we love, and Drummer is like, it's like, she's telling me that. She is looking dead into my eyes and telling me that, not knowing what that means to me. It's like, fuck you. Fuck you. Of course her reply would be fuck you. But then she just breaks down crying. And they hug. And she keeps saying fuck you. Because it like, yes. That's... Oh my god. That's something that's so fucking good. That's so fucking good. So last episode, I had a moment where I was like, what are the best characters in The Expanse? I think Drummer might break into the top 5 now. And it might be really high up. Because, like, it was like, what was it? It was like Anna, Prax, Clarissa. I think I said Ashford. Also, I forgot to mention of Azarala. She might be in the top 5 too. But I think Drummer is definitely in the top 5 now. Man, that's so fucking good. Like, to think that Drummer was, like, not this character in like the novels, you know? Like, so I haven't read the novels, but people have told me that Drummer is like a weird mix of like 3 different people, you know? And because in the show, the actress that played her was so fucking good that they were just like, you know what? Sure, let's just keep using this character over and over. It's like, yes, I love this character so much. I almost feels like maybe reading the novels would be a worse experience because she's not there. Don't take my word for that, because like I haven't even read them, so I cannot say that for sure. But like, it's the thing of like, I love this character so much, and especially now, like especially after all of this, like that makes it so fucking good to me, because like you can have a character like Drummer just be serious and just down to business and logical, and you can see that she's getting stressed, you can see that she's getting angry, but she's never like overreacting. But like the moment when she breaks down, to me, is the moment where it just hits you, you know? It really just hits you. So I fucking love that. I love everything about what they did with Drummer this episode, and I suppose in the show, but like this episode in particular just fucking got me, dude. And then, okay, moving a little bit more into the plot, she goes and finally meets with Avasarala. She goes and meets with Christian. So I was wondering if they were like, if Avasarala was gonna get attacked or something, and that's why we were seeing them just like escorting her, just walking around Sirius. But no, it's because Drummer summoned her there. Drummer was like, all right, I want to see if you get off your ship, and you come here and we talk in public in front of everybody. That's good. That's such a Drummer move. I love that, because like this tells us that the Naomi conversation actually got to her, and she ends up being like, all right, we should do this. And then they have this talk where it's like, if we work together, why that is, and they're trying to like know each other a little bit better almost. And it's the idea that Drummer is like the entire belt was built on the graves of Belters who died like for the Inners. And then Avasarala is like, yeah, and now Earth is filled with the dead bodies of the people that paid the price for that, you know? It's like, the way she said that, it's like the people that paid the price for that. It's like acknowledging that it happened, acknowledging that this was a direct consequence of it, and also we got fucked up, and that shouldn't be the case. You know, it's like acknowledgement of everything. So now we build on that, you know? And I like that Christian didn't lie. And that's the thing, is that she said this line that was like, I have given your people like many reasons to think what you think about me, but I never gave anyone a reason to think that I'm a liar, you know? And that's true. Like, I feel like, okay, so I feel like Christian has probably lied before. I'm just not thinking of examples, but I'm pretty sure she has done that before. But I feel more than anything, she is the kind of person who like will be direct and will tell you to go fuck yourself in the process, you know? She's the person that is not gonna like be dishonest. That's the word I'm looking for. She's not gonna be dishonest. She's gonna be extremely honest. As rough as that can be, she's gonna be extremely honest in your face. So the fact that she comes to Drummer and she's like, listen, everything that I'm telling you right now is the truth. Like, and I believe that. And because like what she said is like, Marco is just fucking everything up. He's destroying everything, and countless Bertels will continue to die, as well as countless Earthers, you know? People are gonna continue to die in his war, because, and like, that's on him. That's not on anyone else. And like, it's the thing where it's like, it's so fucking good, because I just remember another cool thing that happened in the episode. I'm gonna get back to that in a second, but like, it's such a cool thing because it's like Christian didn't lie at any point there. She's not doing deception. She's not trying to do, like, maybe not even convincing. She's just stating facts, and Drummer is like, you're right. So I like that she's like, and then Drummer is like, but we're like, my people are not gonna respond to you. And Avasarala is like, I wasn't expecting them to do it, you know, just like, all right, we go into an alliance. No one is lesser than the other. We go into an alliance and we're gonna do this together. Okay, cool. Then they shook hands, and people saw that in public. You know, the entire meeting was done in public. Everyone could see, and people probably recorded that. Monica was there. I'm assuming Monica was recording that with her eye. So that's cool. That's gonna be a cool thing that happens. Okay, now the The other thing about this episode that I want to talk about that I just remembered that was super cool is this this guy working at the ship at the Pella. So the guy that we met previous episode that was hanging out with Philip. So Philip goes to work and he sees that that guy is no longer there and he's been replaced. So he's like, what happened? So he sees that that guy has been put in the brig, the pen, whatever. He was put behind bars because he tried to send a burst transmission that would potentially have revealed the ship's position, which put everyone in danger. But he did that because he needed to see whether or not his brother was alive back at Sirius after the explosions. So Philip hears this and he's like, all right, I'm gonna help this guy out because I have permission to do this transmission. And like I think he like said he latched on to like a test transmission that they were gonna do anyway, so it wasn't like a thing where like he broke the rules of the ship or anything. He was just like, all right, I'm gonna help this guy out. So he pings back to Sirius in order to get information, and he sees that that guy was in fact killed during the explosions because he was at the docks at that point. Then he tells this information to this guy, and the guy starts going like, I killed him, and Philip starts saying like, no, it was the inners who killed him. To which the guy replies, no, I did it. I was the one that put the bombs in Sirius. And that fucking... I was not expecting that from the direction this was gonna go, because I was thinking that he was saying like, oh my god, I killed him because he thinks that like he put his brother working on the docks or something like that, you know, like I am the reason why he was working there, so that theoretically I killed him. I'm just blaming myself for it, just like being hard on myself. It's like that's an actual response, I think, to a news like this. But no, he was just like, no, I literally killed him. I put the bombs down. The bombs exploded. They killed him. It was me. And maybe it wasn't him directly. Maybe it was like a crew that put the bombs up. I would expect it to be like a crew. But like the fact that he was potentially the one that killed him and he starts blaming himself for it, and Philip learns that Marco's the one that blew up Sirius. And that's so fucking good, because like that might be the final thing that just like tips him off into like the fuck you dad like path, because like the entire time I'm just expecting for Philip to just finally turn, and it's really difficult because he's not doing it. Like, and like that's the thing, it's like every time we see Philip, I kept saying this, but like every time we see Philip, I'm just expecting him to like turn finally. And then he doesn't. And then he like doubles down. Like previous episode, he said something that was just straight out of like Marco's mouth. It's just like, no, we will continue to fight until we are victorious or we are dead. You know, for the brightness we lost or whatever. It's like the bullshit that Marco says and he doesn't mean it. Philip is just repeating that because it's been ingrained into him. And again, I'll say this again. It makes sense for this to be so difficult for Philip, because if it's something that has been ingrained into you since forever, it is natural for it to be something that is difficult for you to break out of. But him learning this might finally be the what tips the scale. It might finally be the reason why finally Philip goes, fuck you, dad. Because the thing is that you have the interaction with Marco where he was blaming everyone but him because they lost the fight against Rosie. He has that information. He has the information when Marco told him, like, yeah, we just use the people as Sirius. We don't need them, you know? They're dissidents, you know? Like, they don't... If they're gonna fight the Velters, then they're with them, and they suck. It's like, sure, you have that information. Then you have the piece of information that the missile didn't detonate because it was canceled. And he was like, why didn't it detonate? And it's like, it must probably be some like bug or something that happened, the malfunctioning with the detonation trigger or some shit, because like there's no way they just like disarmed it. Like there's no way they just did that. He has that piece of information, so he's gonna be thinking like maybe he can put all of that together. And now he has this piece of information of like Marcus the one that blew up Sirius actually. So he's like, all right, my dad just fucking blew up this entire station. He lied to this station, told them that he loves them and they're gonna be his capital or whatever. Then he took the rations, completely disarmed them, and then bombed them and blamed it on the inners. It's like, okay, he knows his dad is a shit. He's angry and picking fights just out of pride and anger. Like everything is lining up, and like the detonation for the Pella didn't go off, so it might just be this case where like he sees that the people at the Rosie actually had mercy. Either it was just Naomi or it could have been Holden. Maybe he learned that it was Holden, but maybe I would assume that he would think of Naomi first. It's like, she didn't want to kill me. So it's this whole thing of like, this guy is a piece of shit and he doesn't care about anything. Meanwhile, there's someone else that actually does care about me. And it might just be the final thing that makes Philip just swing. And I'm hoping and expecting that the way this is going to go is Philip is going to kill Marco. Finally. He's going to be like, fuck you, and kill him. That would be so good. That would make me so happy. Because, like, that would be the thing that fucking solidifies Philip as, like, all right, this guy's good now, you know? Because, like, I said this before, when Philip was one of the reasons why Ashford died, he didn't pull the trigger, but I was thinking, it's going to be difficult for me to make me care about a person who, like, was the reason, like, one of my favorite characters died. You know, like, that's a difficult thing for you to do, to sell me on. But something that could, like, not redeem it fully, but, like, well, kind of, yeah, redeem it. It's the idea of, like, he kills the main antagonist. It's like, fuck you. You used me, you made me shit, and I hate you now. And you're a terrible person, and your dick is small, and shoots him in the dick and then in the face. So that would be cool. I would love that so much. The reason why I think that might be the way this is gonna go is because we did have that one scene when Marco is talking to the other girl, the blonde woman, his second in command, who is actually like the mastermind behind everything at this point. She shows him the image, the video of Philip saying all the crazy shit that he said previous episode, and she's like, you know, like, maybe you're doing good, you know, maybe the kid is actually fine, you know. He believes in what we believe. So Marco might have this moment of like, you know what, Philip is good now. You know, I underestimated the lad. He's good now. I'm gonna get him back here onto the deck, and he's gonna be the one behind the guns again. He proved his word. He's a good lad. And that's when Philip fucking shoots him in the back. Sorry, in the dick, and then in the back, and then in the face, you know? That's when Philip fucking gets him. That would be cool. That would be really cool. Like, it would be really cool for this, for, like, I'm expecting, like, there's gonna be a battle, like a real battle between like the UNM forces, the Martians, Kamina's Belters versus the Free Navy, and of course the Rosie, all versus the Free Navy. There's gonna be a massive battle, and then in the middle of the battle, like maybe Marco is gonna be like, "Ha! I'm about to win," because he has like that crazy weapon that we're gonna talk about in a second, and then Philip just fucking shoots him in the back. Just fuck you. Philip just completely just gets him. That would be awesome if he just kills him and then he just goes like, we surrender. Like, that would be so fucking awesome. That would be so good. It wouldn't be so simple, you know, because like everyone else on the ship would be like, oh, he shot our commander. What, like that woman who clearly is on Marco's side, maybe she's gonna shoot Philip or some shit like that. But like, maybe that's the way it's gonna go. He's gonna kill Marco, then they're gonna kill Philip, and then the Rose is going to kill everyone else. Because it's like, well, Philip's not alive anymore. So I suppose now it's revenge, you know? It could be something like that. That would be a little bit sad, actually. But I can see it happening. Okay, let's talk about the, like, railgun weapon that Marco got. So if I understood correctly, it's like a weapon made with Martian technology put with this, like, alien metal rock. You know? It's like this, like, alien rock that, like, it's a material that we don't know much about, but somehow the railgun plus that, just by looking at it, it looked like some crazy shit. Railgun is a Martian design, but it's made of a metal we've never seen before. They mounted the guns on titanium bands laid right along the surface. The assembly holds itself together, and since the station has effectively infinite inertia, it's a perfect emplacement. Okay, so it's this fucking crazy railgun that they made with a metal that they don't know what it is, but it is a Martian design railgun. So sure, they managed to create the station with this like crazy ass gun made with alien metal that is just able to just destroy ships like nothing. Like, I think he destroyed 5 gunships, which are big boys, in like a couple seconds. And the thing is that like when you see them getting destroyed, it's so like crazy to me because it's like you saw them getting destroyed, but they weren't getting shot. they just exploded. And it's like they're getting hit by something that you can't even see. And it's instantaneous. It's like, okay, this is all right. This is going to be a problem. This is going to be a problem for our boys. So, I don't know. Like, if there's going to be a final battle, and if it's going to take place there, which it might. Like, that's the thing. I don't know what they're going to do, because, like, that weapon is so crazy that, like, it instantly wins. It instantly wins against anyone who gets close to it. So if we're going to have a battle there, it means that everyone dies, which is not what's going to happen. Like, you can't just show me the entire cast of the Expanse just poof, and then they're gone. And that's it. Like, that doesn't make sense. That does not compute in my head, you know? That wouldn't make sense for, like, good storytelling. You know, that would just be disappointed. And it wouldn't even be sad. It would be disappointing. So that's not what's going to happen. What might happen is that someone in some ship is going to get, like, disappear. Poof in an instant, you know? Like, I don't know, like, Avasarala, Drummer. Oh, it could be Drummer. That would make her the saddest character I've seen in a long time, Drummer, if she dies next episode. I'm saying it could be Drummer because no one else is in Drummer's ship. So you can have Drummer just get killed, and it would just be one loss, so only one character, but it is a big character that we care about, and it's sad, and we can see the reaction in other characters, namely Naomi, and even Belters. Like, oh, it could be Drummer. Shit. I also was thinking of Asarala. It could be. I have to watch the X-ray. I will watch the X-ray after I finish talking about this. I forgot there's X-rays, dude. There might be a final battle there, but the thing is that it's gonna be really difficult to, like, script a final battle with a gun that just makes the enemy win instantly in a couple seconds. It's like maybe there's mechanics to the railgun. Maybe there's some like time delay that it needs to, like, recharge its shots or something like that, or maybe stuff's functional for whatever reason, you know? Like, maybe there are some rules to it that we don't know yet, but, like, maybe that's how they're gonna get around it. Because, like, otherwise, why introduce this gun into the plot if it's not gonna matter? Like, it has to matter in some way. Let's talk about Amos. So Amos went to Sirius, and he just went to a brothel and just started fucking, and then went to a bar and started drinking, and he was like, I'm gonna go back to the brothel and start fucking again. And Gunny is like, all right, what are we doing? What are you doing with this? And Amos is like, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing out here. And I like that this is where Amos is going, because Amos is like, why the fuck am I even fighting this war if we're not trying to kill the guy? And he finally tells Bobby about, like, Holden didn't trigger the fucking missile, the torpedo, because he saw Naomi's kid and he couldn't do it. And I like that Gunny's reaction is just like, she just started laughing. She's like, of course he would. Of course the fucking piece of shit would do that. And it's like, if Holden had been in front of her, she would have probably choked him to death. But because he's not, she's like, of course he would do that. And I like that Amos is like, Holden might have just fucked us all over, but then at the same time, he also, like, saved the human race a couple times. So it's like, I guess it balances itself out. And it's like this whole thing where it's like, Holden is not a bad person. And, like, Amos says it, and I really love this line. It's the line of, like, war is the wrong place for good men. I love that line. I really do. It's a fucking good line. Because it's like, it also summarizes Holden, like, perfectly. It's like, okay, this is something about Holden that I actually really like. It's something, and maybe I said something like this before, and maybe I compare the characters already before, but Holden reminds me of my favorite character from, like, a video game that I have, which is Kazuma Kiryu from the Yakuza franchise. Kazuma Kiryu is a character I love, and the reason why is because so many decisions that he makes are logically and practically, and by a lot of definitions, bad choices. They are awful choices. It's the kind of thing where he's like, you can shoot me and kill me, I don't care. And then somehow it works out, because the thing about Kiryu, and the thing about Holden too, is that every decision they make is like the morally right decision to their inner morals, you know? Their inner sense of values of what is good and bad. They're always just like, I do what I think is good. And I kind of don't care about what the consequences are, because they're not really thinking that far ahead about what the consequences might be. And even if they do, they don't care that much about them, because to them, what actually moves them and drives them to do anything is how good they feel about what they do. So Holden, everything that Holden does is not the thing that makes sense. It's just the thing that he feels is the right thing to do. And that makes him a good person. Well, that's the thing. It's like, just because you think you're right doesn't mean that you're right. But Holden in particular does have like a good like moral compass that applies to everything. So Holden does end up making choices that are good, and it does make him a good person because he is so righteous in what he does. He always goes for that choice, and he never does like the choice that would make the most sense. He makes the choice that would only make him feel good, you know? Because like, of course, you have Marco Inaros right there. He's the leader of the terrorist force that is killing millions and has already killed millions. And if you get rid of this guy, if you get rid of this ship, it's done. Everything's done, show done, everyone happy, everything good. But he couldn't kill Philip. Therefore, he didn't do it. And it's like, it's this thing where like, literally every other person in the universe could have been behind that button, and every person in the universe, I suppose not Marco supporters, yeah, Free Navy members wouldn't have done it, but like everyone else in the universe would have just looked at that and they would have been like, yeah, I detonate the button, kill that guy, you know? Even Naomi was like, I'm prepared. Holden was like, I can't do it, and so he didn't do it. And again, this is something that reminds me of one of my favorite characters of all time, Kiryu Kazuma. And Kiryu has so many moments where he makes a choice, which is awful choice. And it's like, how are you not getting killed? But it works out somehow by like storytelling magic. You know, he's the main character of the story. He's gonna survive, and that's almost how I feel about Holden. It's this thing where like Holden keeps making choices that like makes everyone else around him go like, what the fuck are you doing? And then it works out, and everyone is like, all right, I guess, you know? But like, the thing is that he keeps pushing it, you know? He keeps pushing it because like, since like the first season, every choice Holden makes is like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? And then it works out, and they go like, all right, never mind. And then he makes another crazy shit, and they go like, what the fuck are you doing? And then he saves the human race, and then they go like, all right, I guess. And then he makes another crazy choice, and they go like, bro, the fuck? And then it works out anyway, and they go like, I guess. And that's so fucking cool about Holden. That's such a cool thing about Holden. There's a lot of builders that are actually rallying behind Drummer, and there are and they are more understanding about like the Earth situation after the video Monica release, so that's good too. That was good. Philip can tell all the builders now. Like, maybe that's what Philip's gonna do. He's gonna tell everyone in the Pella and everyone just in general that Marco is the one that planted the bombs, and that just ends it, you know. And it's the idea of like Philip is someone that is like a name that they would like recognize and be like, oh, that guy knows what he's talking about. So that's gonna be awesome. That would be fucking awesome. Okay, and the final thing I can mention, and I should mention, is the kid from that storyline at the beginning was brought back to life. However, he has blue eyes and he sees things differently. And he reminds me so much of, I think the name of the kid was Katua or something like that. Katua. It was the kid that Jupiter Mao was experimenting on back in the Caliban's War. I think that's the second book. And then turned into like this like giant glowy thing. And we were trying to save May from it. But like, this kid reminds you of that. So maybe he will turn into something like that. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But like when he said like, I don't remember it looking it like this, or like I see things differently, or I don't remember what he said, something like that. And I remember there was a scene in Caliban's War where that kid, Katua, he looked at people and he saw like the entire like nervous system running around with like a blue filter. Like it was almost like he was seeing things in like an X-ray, in like a blue X-ray. So like maybe that's how he sees things now. What is the name of this kid? Okay, Shan and Kara. So Shan, this kid might matter. Shan and Kara. I should remember their names. But yeah, he was brought back to life. Sure, I was expecting that. And he's like proto-moleculed up, maybe. Sure, I was kind of expecting that. Let's see where that goes. And all right, I think that's gonna be it for this discussion for the episode itself. Let's watch the X-ray. Remember the Cant. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I like that title. That was also the title of an episode because it was also a thing that happened. The Canterbury. That was the thing in season 1. They were like, remember the Cant. Are we reminiscing? Is this what we're doing? That's cool if we're reminiscing on things from the past. Okay, let's watch this X-ray. Go.
The doctrine of one ship encompasses the physical and the abstract.
I was hoping Holden would be the one to introduce us this time.
Space and time, the future and the past.
Remember the Cant. Oh, Monica's here too. It's not just one character.
I wonder what that guy would have to say about all this.
Probably keep your head down. Stay out of trouble.
What are we looking at? Oh. Oh, that's cute. Remember the Cant. I see. "10 years earlier." Wow. That's crazy.
Hey man, just give me one of those. I'll have whatever he's having. I'm not picky.
What is this?
In your loader. You're welcome for all that clean water keeping you alive. Have a nice day. Hey, what's a guy got to do to get a drink around here?
It'd be crazy if we saw Miller. That made me so happy.
Sorry. Yeah, accidents happen.
Damn. Who is this guy? They're laughing at him.
I'm just standing there in my skin.
Oh!
And his English is almost as bad as my Belgian.
Damn, he looks young.
So that thing where you just repeat yourself.
He actually does look young. All you needed to do was shave.
Oh, boy, you. I just want my pants back. And then the guy says something that I think means, when do you need them? I don't know the words for right now. So I do this.
What happens on scene?
The guy said sorry, he was married, and he gave me a towel.
We need more.
Oh man. Young Holden.
Guilty as charged.
Now, what's your story, man?
Making it up as I go along.
Yeah, you're pretty good with these people.
These people.
We're all the same people.
You a sailor?
Why?
Just a hunch. Got a line on a job if you know your way around a ship.
I'm not looking for work.
It ain't work. That's easy. Hauling ice in from outer planets, bringing it here. I got the Canterbury. She's a good ship.
Not interested. Sorry. Thanks.
This is how he got into the Canterbury. How did that happen? This is interesting.
3 room and board, a union salary, and little or no responsibility.
I take it. Give it to me.
Suppose I can give it a shot.
That's it? That was it. It's like that was the moment that sealed his fate. Ah, that's cool. That's it. There's nothing else. Yeah, okay. That's cool. That's cool. Man, they made him look young. All they needed to do was just shave him. So he probably recorded that like after he recorded the entire season. He was just like, all right, now that we've done that shave and we record this a little bit. Monica showed up for like 5 seconds. That was cool. But yeah, I don't know if there's much I can say about that. X-Ray. There's some of them that actually have like some insight I can give you, but like for that one, it really felt like this is where like the story began, almost to Holden. Like this is what took him in that path, you know, because like the Canterbury is where everything started. You know, episode 1 exploded, and then the whole movement started, and then like whatever. Like the Legend of Holden started then. But like the reason why he joined the Canterbury was something so simple. It was this guy just showed up and he was like, hey, you look like an Arthur. You look like a sailor, former sailor, whatever. Do you want to come work for me? And he was like, no, fuck you. And then it's like, well, what if we give you all this good stuff? And he's like, all right, maybe. And that was it. Like, it's such a cool, simple thing because it's like, it's so like an innocent look into the past of like, you don't know where this is gonna end up. You know, knowing what we know, seeing the very like beginning when everyone is so innocent, it's almost like, what is the word I'm looking for? It's like cute, almost. It's really cute, and it gives you all this like feelings of like, oh man, if young Holden knew what the fuck was about to happen, you know? Anyway, I think that's gonna be for this episode. If there's anything else we can talk about. I fucking loved this episode, by the way. I really did. There were so many moments that made me go like, oh fuck. Like with Drummer and with I really like Amos and Bobby's conversation. I also love Phillips and that one dude when they discover what was actually going on. I'm very excited to finish the show. I'm also like sad that the show is about to finish, but oh, next episode is like an hour finale. Oh, that's cool. It's like an hour. Cool. So we get more episode than average. But anyway, I think that's gonna be it for this reaction episode to The Expanse. Thank you so much for being here. And if you would like to watch the finale for The Expanse and fuller reactions, you can do so over at the Patreon. Check out the link in the description for that, social media, also some cool stuff that I do, Twitch streams, and yeah, just support the channel in general in any way you can, if you can. If not, that's fine. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. See you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.